I want to thank you all for coming out on this beautiful fall day to join us to launch our Bike Share program. I want to thank the Acting Director of the Department of Transportation, Mr. Frank Murphy, and the entire team at the Department of Transportation. I want to thank our chair of our Bike Advisory Commission, Mr. John Laria, one of the most enthusiastic bike riders that I know. And I want to thank Liz Cornish from Bike More. And I want to give a special shout out to our Bike Share program partner, B. Wiegand. And now, today, we are ready to launch the largest electric pedal assist bike program in North and South America. 200 pedal assist bikes. Our Bike Share program will provide citizens with convenient and on-demand access to bikes for short distance trips throughout the city. How many people are excited about our Bike Share program? This is going to be great for our residents, for our commuters, and for our visitors to be able to get around Baltimore's businesses, our tourist attractions, and to just make Baltimore more livable for all. So I want to thank our partners and our sponsors. Zipcar, is anybody here from Zipcar? Can we get a big hand for Zipcar? What about our partner Downtown Partnership? Waterfront Partnership, Greater Baltimore Committee, Bike More, and Baltimore Station. To learn more about our system, please visit, I'm going to do the best that I can, bemorebikeshare.com.
That's it.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. Now, who am I turning it over to?
Frank.
All right. Now, I would like to turn it over to the person who I think is, it's almost like, you know, you've been pacing in the delivery room, waiting for Bike Share, our interim director for the Department of Transportation, Frank Murphy.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good morning, everybody. This is an exciting day. As some of you out there know, there were efforts in the past that didn't result in the launch of Bike Share, but we're finally here today. We have the right vendor, the right team. I would like to add some of the shout-outs to the list that the mayor read, particularly the MTA, who has been a great partner. They're sponsoring a number of Bike Share stations at transit stations because they recognize that Bike Share provides an opportunity to extend the reach of transit. And once the stations are up and running, you'll be able to ride the metro or the light rail, get off the train, hop on a Bike Share bike, and go closer to your destination. Also want to give a shout out to our DOT team, Veronica Macbeth, our transit chief, who you'll hear from in a couple of minutes, Caitlin Doolin, our bike planner, and Jay Decker, our project manager for Bike Share. This is exciting for me because in the last year I've gone to a lot of cities where Bike Share is up and running on the East Coast, Washington, Philadelphia, New York, and Boston. And I was lucky enough to go out to the West Coast to go to Portland, San Francisco, Seattle, and Vancouver, British Columbia. And in every one of those cities there are robust Bike Share systems up and running, and now Baltimore gets to join this list of first-tier cities with operating Bike Share. So this is exciting for me as well. So I guess everyone knows Bike Share is a little bit like car share, designed for short trips. So the transit opportunity, the linking with the transit is such an obvious match that we really appreciate the MTA's support. So with that in mind, I'd like to bring up Veronica Macbeth, our Transit Bureau Chief. Veronica?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Frank and Madam Mayor, and welcome to the official launch of the Baltimore Bike Share system. This has been a long time coming, and I'm really excited to be here with you all today. And I'd just like to take this opportunity to say to you that anything is possible with the right people on your team, and this today is a testament of that very statement. I've just never seen a group professionally work harder for a common cause, and so I'm really excited to stand before you today and share that. There have been very long days and nights put in to achieve this project for Baltimore City, and a special thanks to family and friends who lent their loved ones to us to do this labor of love for our favorite city, Baltimore City. I just wanted to thank a few specific groups and people who helped make this day possible. Literally, this would not have happened without you. I'd like to start by thanking, in no particular order because you all are important to this cause, Emma Tessier of our budget analyst, Bolu Olawasuji, Brene Brooks and Aaron Shear of the Bureau of Purchasing, and Hannah Rose Kondratiuk from the Law Department for their contributions through all the stages of getting the program off the ground. Thank you for making DOT's vision your very own. I'd also like to thank Chris Merriam for his vision in seeing Baltimore as a city worthy of bike share before it even happened. Patrick McMahon of MTA, who fought very long and hard for the funding for the program, and Kirby Fowler, Louis Cardona, and all the staff at the Downtown Partnership for helping planning our launch. A special thanks to our private and anchor partners who have bought into the value of Baltimore Bike Share system early on and chose to support this from the inception. We would like to thank 28 Walker Development, BGE, Brown Advisory, the Can Company, Constellation Energy, COPT, Johns Hopkins University, the Maryland Institute of College for the Arts, National Aquarium, the University of Baltimore, University of Maryland, Baltimore, excuse me, and the University of Maryland Biopark for their sponsorship. So thank you all very much. And finally, I'd like to give a special thanks to the various city agencies for the role that they've played in this too. Rec and Parks, City Planning Department, the Health Department, Parking Authority, and even former Director William Johnson, and also the DOT divisions, including traffic, maintenance, permits, and special events. And once again, none of this would have happened without the immense work and dedication from both Caitlin Doolin and Jay Decker. Thank you guys for helping see this vision through and for making our dreams become a reality today. You all are the cornerstone of this project. And so thanks again, and we're excited for you to come here and celebrate. Next, I'll be introducing Kevin Quinn, MTA's Director of Planning. Thank you all.
Okay. Good morning. On behalf of the state of Maryland, I want to express my excitement, my personal excitement, to see Bike Share finally coming to fruition here in Baltimore. MTA is really proud to be a partner in this effort, and we recognize that Bike Share is a key new mode of transit, providing convenient access to bicycles for short trips that can really connect individuals to our other modes and our large transit network of light rail, subway, MARC trains, and buses. And in doing so, Bike Share really addresses that first mile, last mile challenge and extends the reach of our existing transit service. As you know, we're currently undertaking a comprehensive overhaul of our bus service called Baltimore Link, and as part of that, we're providing $500,000 of funding to ensure that Baltimore Bike Share stations are located nearby our rail stations, providing good connections between these different modes of transit. Our Baltimore Link funding is in addition to nearly $900,000 in state funding from MDOT's Bike Share program and nearly $500,000 in CMAQ funding, totaling nearly $2 million in state and federal funding support of this Bike Share program. Additionally, MDOT has provided over $1 million in funding for on-street bicycle infrastructure in the city over the past several years, helping to improve the conditions for bicycling on projects like the Maryland Avenue Cycle Track. We're committed to making sure that Bike Share expands to cover a broader area, connecting to our broader transit network and serving our riders the best way possible. It hasn't been easy so far. There's still a lot of work to do. This is a great step forward today, and I'm happy to be here to celebrate the work that's been done and the partnerships that have really brought us to this point. I'd like to now introduce John Lariat, Chair of the Mayor's Bicycle Advisory Committee. Thank you.
Morning, everybody. Great day in Baltimore. I'm John Larry. I'm a lawyer at Ballard Spahr, but for today, my job is to be the chair of the Mayor's Bicycle Advisory Commission. The commission was created in 2015 by Mayor Rawlings-Blake to advise, to urge, to help guide the city's commitment to improve cycling infrastructure and opportunities and to help implement the city's bicycle master plan. It includes city representatives from some very important agencies, but it is led by the private sector. And I want to talk for a second about why. Cycling, especially bike share, is economic development, it's tourism, it's transportation, and it's business climate. And that's why the business community is so interested and so involved in helping to lead this effort. We have a lot of transit and transportation challenges in Baltimore, but with the largest pedelec fleet, we're now a national leader in multimodal transportation, at least in this area. So I want to thank Don Fry from the Greater Baltimore Committee, who has been a great leader and a great advocate on behalf of the business community, and my friend Kirby Fowler from the Downtown Partnership. Both of them have been absolutely terrific. And thanks also to the station sponsors to date, the early adopters. We heard the names read earlier, so I won't read them again, but they are really out there in the vanguard and helping to drive the program forward. I want to thank members of the Commission, some of whom are here today, and also members of the Technical Advisory Committee. This is a diverse group of subject matter experts and community members who are focused on launching the program successfully and also having a plan to make sure it's equitable and ultimately serves communities across our great city. So we look forward to immediate expansion of the program in the spring and then even beyond. Now, for that to happen, we need business and institutional sponsors at all levels. We need station sponsors like the ones that you've heard about. We need system sponsors. This is a way for these important stakeholders to show that they support transportation and transit in Baltimore for locals and visitors alike, and also that they appreciate the health and wellness benefits of cycling even if you're riding a pedelec bike. So please reach out to Bike Share if you're interested, and when they contact you, please take their call and please engage and please help us expand this program as quickly as possible. I can't conclude without thanking the great staff. I know some of these names have been mentioned, but I still have to mention them again. Director Murphy, Veronica Macbeth, Graham Young, Caitlin Doolin, Jay Decker at DOT, and also want to thank the leaders of Baltimore, a really, really important and sorely needed advocacy organization who can help hold our feet to the fire. And last but not least, our mayor. Mayor Stephanie Rawlings-Blake pointed at me and a lot of people from DOT last year and said, we're going to have Bike Share in Baltimore in 2016. And so we do. Mayor, thank you for your leadership in taking us this next important step. It's now my pleasure to introduce Liz Cornish, who is the Executive Director of Baltimore.
Who's excited about bikes in Baltimore? My name is Liz Cornish. I'm Executive Director of Baltimore. We are Baltimore City's Livable Streets Advocacy Organization, and we are so excited to be here today. When we were formed in 2012, bringing Bike Share to Baltimore was one of our top priorities. Through many fits and starts, it is with much excitement that we can finally say Baltimore Bike Share is launching today. I want to personally thank the Department of Transportation staff, especially Veronica Macbeth, Graham Young, Jay Decker, and Caitlin Doolin, and Interim Director, for their incredible efforts to bring Bike Share online this year. They worked under incredible constraints, they worked long days, and they really deserve another round of applause. We are so lucky to have such dedicated city staff who believe in a walkable, bikeable future for Baltimore and devoted many hours to seeing this project to this point. I am also incredibly grateful for their willingness to allow everyday Baltimore citizens like myself to play a part in bringing such a vibrant, accessible form of transportations online. Biking brings people together. When you bike, you notice more, you talk to more people, you experience all the facets of our beautiful city up close. It deepens our connection to the city and to one another. And at a time when Baltimore is undergoing many changes and challenges, we need more things that do that. And I am grateful for the city and to our mayor for making this investment. Thank you. But it's important to remember that today, while full of well-earned celebration, is just the beginning. As we cast a vision for Baltimore's future, we need to be thinking about how to increase access to opportunities to all of Baltimore. I look forward to working alongside the city as we continue to expand and increase Bike Share and the dedicated infrastructure that will make biking safer, more comfortable experience for all. To the business community, we need you. We already have a great amount of amazing sponsors that have come to the table early, but we need more. A walkable, bikeable city is one where people want to live. I invite you to test ride a bike and imagine how you can lead as an investor in the multimodal future of Baltimore's transportation network. Plan your developments to include access by foot or by bike, sponsor a bike share station, invest in our future together. And to my fellow Baltimoreans, keep asking. Let your community associations, your city council representatives, and your mayor know that you want a city where there is vibrancy on every street. A city where designing streets for biking and walking is standard operating procedure. But most importantly, try biking. Whether a short trip to a restaurant or a longer ride on one of our more beautiful trails, experience the city by bike and learn that the beauty that you can see when we slow down just a little bit will fuel us to create the lasting and positive change that all Baltimore residents deserve. Thank you, and it is with my pleasure that I introduce Veronica Macbeth again to demonstrate how we are going to operate these bike share bikes.
Good morning again. Thank you, Liz. And I just wanted to get this started. We're going to begin actually our inaugural ride. So what I will have is Mayor, please step forward. We're going to have Bernino with Bovegan, which is our awesome operator, give us the tutorial on how we're going to undock the bikes and then begin our processional down to West Shore Park, which we encourage you all to follow. So Bernino, without further ado, we're going to just take an actual step right behind you all.
Like this, and the bike says, bike dock, successfully docked, have a nice day.
Thank you very much. Okay, here we go, let's get started.